So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Darryl here from Z4 Games, bringing you a budget Shaddoll deck profile, including, or basically only using three of these bad boys. Probably not shaking in front of the camera. 3 of the Shaddoll Showdown structure deck. So, retail value of this, probably 30 quid, or get 3 structure decks for like 25 quid on average, and you can build this deck here. Now this deck can be built to go second or first. It's got a nice little bit of synergy of either way. This one's more focused on going second. Arguably you could put in stuff like Lava Golem in here, or main deck the Lava Golem. I have had to make some changes to the deck in order to, or use some other unexpected cards, still within the structure deck, to generate Grista as well. So without further ado, I'm going to take you through the profile, show you exactly what you need to use, and then I'll explain what you can tag out for other cards as well, should you have the budget for them. And I will bring you a full-powered competitive Shaddoll profile tomorrow as well. So we start off with 3 of the brand new one. Shaddoll Wendy. Now this is probably the best of the new main deck monsters in my opinion, purely because it's flipped. You special summon one Shaddoll monster from your deck in face up or face down defense decision, and then secondly, if it is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you special summon one Shaddoll monster from your deck in face down defense decision. So sending this as fusion material also lets you get an additional monster on the board. It is part of less so the Wendigo play, but you do want to be using this to go into the brand new Shaddoll fusion monster, the Apocalypse. Apologies if I've brutalised that name, but the 2 effects, in my opinion, are the best 2 out of all the new ones. 2 Nell Shaddoll Ariel. Now the one with this one is it's very good as a disruption effect. So you target one of your banished Shaddoll monsters, special summon it in face up or face down defense decision. So to start off, you've got to get your Shaddoll cards banished, and there's a couple of cards that do that in the deck, but it's not really as powerful as just getting another additional from deck. If it's sent to the graveyard as by card effect, target up to 3 cards in the graveyards and banish them. So the idea is against something that, let's say for example salads or spirals, if you have the ability to quick play send this, and that's kind of what I want to go for, is quick play send this from the deck using or just sending it as card effect, sorry, getting it into the graveyard, you then trigger its effect to banish 3, and that can be enough to really disrupt. It's like triple DD Crow all in one card. So this is more meta specific rather than practicalities for the deck, but it is also used for your Anantilis plays as well. We'll then play 2 quad Shaddoll YUGIOH. Now, in my opinion, this is the worst of the 3, because you special on one Shaddoll monster from your hand in face up or face down defense position. So yes, to flip it, you still need to have that card in order to get onto the board. It's not very strong, so it's going to struggle to survive. If it is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you send one Shaddoll monster from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do for the rest of this turn, all monsters you control gain attack and defense equal to the original level. So it will trigger one of the Shaddoll cards, which is fine, but it gives you a nice little attack boost, and even then that's only okay. I don't think it's as good. Hands down, Wendy is the best one in my opinion. Then going back to the OG Shaddolls, we've got double Falco, double Squamata. Any of these 2 can be bumped up to 3 if you wish. Double Hedgehog, just because you want to be searching. We play a lot of the Shaddoll spells, so the flip effect of Hedgehog is actually really, really important. And the send effect is just as important as well, because you get to add 1 Shaddoll monster, so that then allows you to search these out, because they are like Shaddoll, Quad Shaddoll, it's all got Shaddoll in the name, so you can search them out. One also, we've got Dragon, purely because Dragon deals mainly with back row. It's more of a send and deal with back row kind of thing. So you want to be a little bit more protective with this one. It's not as easy to just dump and go kind of thing. And after one usage, it's kind of lived up to what it needs to do. The exact same thing with Beast as well. Beast can be a bit of a brick, but the idea is you're supposed to send this to get the draws off, and off you go. Now you can have the ability to special summon them with all the new ones, so you can bump it up if you wish, but one of kind of works nicely for my build here. Then moving on, we've got 2 Mathematician. This can be 3 if you want, and the second Armageddon Knight. One thing I should mention with this deck is you could arguably, if you've already got like the odd Shaddoll fusion floating around, you could make this with only using 2 decks as well. There's a lot that you don't need once you get into once you get past the second structure deck. And then playing the one Cerberus, the one Electromagnetic Turtle, just because. Sorry guys. These are cards that I don't think many people would be expecting. They might expect it if they know you're only going to be playing a structure deck, but I think they're really, really cool cards. Turtle's definitely nice because they'll attack and be like, yeah, cool, I've won this game. You go, Turtle. And they're like, oh crap, yeah, I forgot about that. And then Cerberus is also a nice one because it just lets you target and pop a card. So again, if they forget about it, you're like, alright, I'll take the hit, banish, pop a card. Now Turtle is once per duel, so that's why we only play one of it, and it is a nice light target for your El Shaddoll construct. Cerberus is there for your Shekanaga as well. We've then got the one Perform Age Trick Clown. Always being able to pay 1,000 and revive it every now and then as well is very, very good. So if you go into construct, you then bring back your Trick Clown and you can extend further from there. And then the one Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the beginning. You can play Dark Arm Dragon if you want. I've just decided to minimise my boss monsters in the main deck because I want to use and abuse the extra decks of the Shaddolls. Now, by saying that, what you need to be doing, or the technique behind this deck, is you make the first fusion. You then use the first fusion to make either a second fusion or the Link monster, and then you revive the first fusion. So, because when they're sent, they get to add back the Shaddoll fusion card as well, or search out the next Shaddoll fusion card, and then from there you want to build up. So that's how you can kind of extend and go a little bit further, is the way you want to be using all the materials you summon out of the extra deck to bring out the next one, and then bring them back from the grave should you need to. We've then got Triple Shaddoll Fusion. This is an insane fusion card. Like, this kind of set the precedence, in my opinion, for all fusion cards after this. The fact that this was like, if your opponent controls a card from the extra, special summon from the extra deck, special summon from the deck, it's like, what? Send the materials from the deck as well. What? So not only were you getting pluses as well by sending your Shaddoll cards, you then got a big beefy monster in like the form of construct, or a set monster like Winder. The biggest issue with this card is going first. It sucks. It still acts as a normal poly, but you don't get as much advantage because, I mean, like this, you just do one card. That's all you've lost out of your hand. Send from deck, done. But going first, you have to send from hand as well, which kind of loses your advantage. Triple Super Poly. No, we don't really have targets in the extra deck to like break a full board, but if your opponent's playing like Salads, you go normal summon a Shaddoll monster, Super Poly, boom, they lost their Salad monster. If they're playing like any deck that has a Dark monster on board, or even like a Light monster, you look at Sleeper, you go normal summon a Shaddoll monster, activate Super Poly, take your Sleeper, make myself a construct, boom, what are you going to do? So Super Poly is actually really, really good. It's not as good as like, I'm going to use 2 of your monsters, but it's still nice to kind of break and disrupt boards. So Super Poly, you have to kind of play it free of this deck, whether you're going to be maining it or, sorry, not maining it, whether you go first with it, it's very, very powerful as a quick play kind of set trap, or if you're going second, like I said with the Sleeper example. I mean, let's put it this way, against Spirals, if you normal summon a Shaddoll monster, and let's say they go, oh no, I know what's coming, they can't really do a lot about it. They can go Sleeper to try and pop your Shaddoll, and you just go, alright, chain Super Poly. Use their Sleeper, even though they've already used the effect, or you can use one of their other monsters if you want to. But the idea is you take their Sleeper, you use your Shaddoll monster, you get your effect off the Shaddoll monster, you summon down your construct. You can even summon it to the zone that Apollo points to, and then your construct can kill any of those monsters. So construct can just go like attack and kill. Now you got to be careful with the Apollo because it might be able to destroy it if you use the effect. But like, there's just ways of pulling the board apart, which is really, really nice with Super Poly. Draw Law of Darkness, you need the draw powers in this deck. I mean, this can, in this build, arguably you could put like an extra in here, but not that you really need to be dumping like that much of money onto a budget deck. And you just got kind of like, works a little bit more, and then for the main deck monsters, you want to be swapping them out for more effective like attribute monsters as well. And then we've got a lot of one-offs. We've got the one instant fusion for your Winder. You've got the one Pot of Avarice, because in this deck you're going to be able to flood your extra deck massively with loads of monsters, so getting a nice little draw for that is always going to be helpful. The one Foolish Burial. The one Neff Shaddoll. Now the reason I'm playing the Neff Shaddoll is because the only fire monster that came in this deck was Lava Golem. And I was like, I don't want to main Lava Golem like unless I want to focus on going second, and even then I still need my normal summon, so I'm just going to leave myself open. whereas Nest Shaddoll allows you to turn a monster, especially if you're going first. This is where it gets more important. Is it allows you to turn any of your Shaddoll monsters into the fire monster to then make Grista. Now Grista is kind of like a nice little judgment because it negates the summon. So it can be very, very helpful in this deck. And then we've got the one El Shaddoll fusion just for the quick plays of going into the new one, the Apka line, purely because it's a quick play and then you go negate. So that's nice and effective as well. Double Shaddoll core. This is again just to make sure that I can have any attribute in my deck should I need it. So if I'm at like one point where I've got a core but I've got nothing else, I can just go, right, I want to make this fire, I can make Grista, or I want to make this something else, I can go into Anontilis or anything like that. Plus it also helps go into the new one as well. I then played the one Rest Shaddoll Incarnation, purely because you get to target one Shaddoll monster. So like I said, the technique of this one is that you make a fusion monster, you use it as material to get it to the graveyard, then you want to be bringing it back. Now this can actually bring it back quite nicely. Its second effect isn't that great in my opinion, just be able to flip something face down or flip something face up. It's only really good to flip something face up as a disruptive effect, and the best thing about it is it just requires 2 Shaddoll cards, not even Shaddoll monsters, so you can banish some of your other cards as well. And then that's where it combos off nicely with Ariel, because Ariel can then bring back one of those banished cards. And the one Necrofusion, because again, like I said, we want to kind of, if we have to, let's say we've used Grista's effect or we've used Shekinaga's effect, we then want to be able to go into our Apocalypse as well, purely because we just go boom, negate, or go into construct, anything like that. So it kind of gives you a bit of an extension as well. Now it does require you to banish the monsters, so it's also a last stand kind of play as well. Once you've used your Grista, if your Grista gets destroyed, you bring out a card, and then you can cause them issues. And let's remember, they're going to struggle to get past the constructs anyway, even in modern day 2020 Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. So we play the only 3 ofs that I'm playing in the extra deck, and you've got loads of space. You can do pretty much whatever you want with this deck. The only 3 of I'm playing is El Shaddoll Construct, purely because it is now back at free. Yeah! The artwork is pretty sick. Yeah! And it's Construct, so yeah! Triple Construct, like, you can play any of the others at free if you want. I'll explain why I'm not playing the others at free when we go through it. We then play 2 of the brand new card, and that is the Apocalypse. Now, the reason I'm only playing 2 of this is because it is basically like a summon and negate effect. So, if it's special summon, you type 1 face-up card, which is really nice, on the field and negate it. Now, it's nice, but it's not really, like, it's a 2500 beta, but it's not really as effective as Construct. It's more of a defensive card, in my opinion, than an offensive card, which is why, you know, I'll kind of rather go with triple Construct over triple Apocalypse. Then we've got 2 Shekinagas. Again, this is the nice 3k defending boss monster and negs effects. Double Window. I actually really like the artwork on this one. Really kind of cool. Would have been nice, like I said, to see alternate arts for the other ones. But Window, again, everyone should know what this does. Can't be destroyed by card effect. Each player can only special summon once per turn while this card is face up on the field. So nice defensive card. It's one of the first ones you want to be going for. And then if you can combo it off nicely with like the trap card, in order to go, right, I'm going to summon out the Window, use my Window to go into, let's say, like a Grista, and then revive the Window because it goes to a main monster zone. It's really good. And then coming into Master Rules, it's going to be even easier and better to play a deck like this because you could end your board with like a Grista, a Shekinah, and then a Window, and you're like, bro, what are you going to do? The only other 2-off fusion that we play is double El Shaddoll and Antilles. I just love this card. Like, its effect is okay. Like, it's okay. It's not. It's a good effect, but it's not like busted. You could probably arguably put this at 1, to be totally honest. I'll do the 1-offs in a minute as well. We're playing 2 Shaddoll Construct purely because it does count as a fusion, or it does count as like a fusion spell, and you can revive it as well. So to get the zones pointing left and right at this moment in time, with Master Rule 4 in play, then yeah, you kind of need to rely on this just to give you some zones. But once Master Rules comes in, that can go easy. And then for the last 1-offs, we do play the 1 Wendigo, just because I wanted to involve all the Shaddoll fusions in this. Arguably, it could be taken out for a 3rd Window if you want to. I just, you know, I want to complete the family. I want to play with all of it. And then the one Grista, annoyingly, this is like better than the other one, but it didn't get a main deck fire monster. It would have been so nice to get a main deck fire monster. Just look at the artwork as well. You got, I believe that's Winder in the background right there. It just looks so cool. It's a really, really good card. Pretty much negates the summon. So, when your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters while you have a Shaddoll card in your hand, quick effect, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy the monster or monsters. Then send one Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard. And then again, if its card is sent to the graveyard, you can type one Shaddoll spell trap card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So nice recyclability as well. It's that same effect as all the other Shadolls. But really, really cool card. I love Grista as a card as a whole. It's usually just not as effective because you haven't got a lot of fire monsters in the deck. So it would have been nice to have seen a main deck fire monster from Shadolls, just so they could be like, we can do it too, rather than going, what fire monsters in the game right now that might be worth giving to Shaddoll players? I don't know. Alright, let's give them Lava Golem. Okay, cool. Thanks for the Lava Golem. Yeah. So definitely a fun deck. I absolutely love Shadolls. Very, very cool deck to kind of play around with. Nice and easy that it's a structure deck. I'm glad this one won. I would have liked to have seen some of the other decks win as well. Like, I want to see, I think the Beast is the one. One of the ones that could possibly win as well. So yeah, I hope you like this. I hope this gave you a couple of ideas on your own budget build. And like I said, I will bring you a full power build, something that you can create using cards outside of the main deck as well, or outside of what you get in the free structure deck, should you already have access to them, or should you be looking at picking them up, because I don't think most of the cards you can use from outside the structure decks aren't going to break the bank. They're definitely going to be good, but they're not going to cost you an arm and a leg, which is always going to be nice. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.